Hi, and I want to welcome you to FESA 2101, Principles of Emergency Services. This is our initial course, and FESA, Fire and Emergency Services Administration. That's what we call. That's a lot of words to say in one breath, so we use FESA for short. But this is our first course in the associate's degree program. We're really excited that you have decided to join us for this program. This is our initial offering, and you are going to be our first graduates from the associate's degree program. My name is Beverly Walker. I am your instructor in this course, and I'm also the director of the FESA program at East Georgia State College. So welcome. For some of you, I realize this is not your first course at East Georgia State College. For some of you, it may be your first course. Just kind of wanted to go over a few things as we get into the course. I need you to log into the course on a regular basis. This is how attendance is taken. And if you don't log in, if you don't look around, if you don't do something, then attendance is not taken, if you get what I'm saying. So please log in regularly, especially with the discussion board, to view videos and PowerPoints and that kind of thing. Just make sure that you log in on a regular basis. Make sure you check your email, your school email outside of D2L. Make sure you check your email, your ega.edu email, because, and I think I mentioned that in the previous video that I did for all of the FESA students. In this course, we're going to be exploring a lot of different aspects of emergency services. I have another computer set up over here, and that's what I'm looking at. Just a lot of different things, some of them, especially those that may be in the fire services or have been around for a while. It may seem very basic to you, but we just want to make sure we're going to cover the concepts from hiring all the way through to emergency operations. In this course, there's no overall project, what I call a final project, that encompasses the whole semester, but you do have a series of writing assignments. This is a college course, and so I expect college level writing, and what that means is I don't want just I don't want casual conversation. I don't want any kind of abbreviations. A lot of times we tend to we lose our spelling technique as we have texted or whatever, and no abbreviations, none of that stuff. I expect you to do some research. While I'm not directing all of that, I don't give you the sources to go to. That's a part of your job as my student, is to find those research sources. You will find the library staff here at the college extremely helpful. You have a link in the site where you can chat with a librarian. Katie Shepard, a librarian here, who is an embedded librarian. I love that term. She's embedded in our class, and so she's a part of the class. She can talk to you as an instructor, just like me. So be sure and avail yourself of her. There's one activity where you might get some extra credit points if you actually use the librarian and get her input on your project. So I expect college level work. I expect words spelled correctly. I expect you to look at the APA format tab in the library, which I believe is linked into the course site. I will verify that, and if it's not, it will be. I have not, on some of the assignments, I hate giving a word number count, but I also believe that people tend to shortcut if I don't. So I've got to go back and kind of readjust some of those things to give you a word count. I don't want it to be outlandish. I don't want it to be, where a bunch of ands and these and stuff add to your word count. But I expect you to do the work. I expect you to answer the question or to complete the project. And there's nothing insurmountable in this course, and I don't want to scare you by saying that. But many times I have students say, they give me a little paragraph, And that's their response. No, I don't. I think it's a little bit more than that. I want you to think critically about this. And like I said, do some research. You have your textbook, but you also have access to Galileo through D2L, through your login. And so use it, avail yourself of it, and also avail yourself. I'm here to help as well. I'm not like pushing this off on the library, but I'm here to help as well. So I expect you to do that. You have 14 chapters. There's a chapter quiz for each chapter. There is also, I'm looking here while I say that, I believe I inserted, there's going to be a couple of tests that are a little higher weight than quizzes that'll cover, a few chapters. And a lot of times those may have, I'm looking while I'm talking to you, I'm sorry. And some of those may have some discussion questions. And again, I want you to answer the question. Yes, there are tests that will cover. The first test occurs in week 5. It's over chapters 1 through 4. It may be a little more in depth. Basically, the quizzes are knowledge checks, and the chapter tests, or the tests that cover multiple chapters, are going to be a little bit more towards the application phase. And then you also have your discussion board pieces. Discussion with an online class, the discussion forum replaces that classroom discussion. It can many times be spontaneous, but here it's a little more deliberate, obviously. But I expect you to participate in those. I want some lively discussion. My discussions don't necessarily lend themselves to fact. I want your opinion, but your educated opinion. That's what discussion is to me. I'm not asking you to regurgitate facts. I'm asking some questions that will hopefully stimulate some thinking. You may not find the answer in the book, but I expect some good discussion, and I think that people in this course can give us some. I expect each of you to help each other in the course as well. So I'm not quite finished with the course, putting it all together. So there will be some things, don't get too far ahead. Like I said, especially as things come up, there may be some current event type things that may happen that I want to throw in there. There may be some supplemental readings for your benefit that I may put in there. So don't get too far ahead, and that's why I say you need to log into the course on a regular basis so you can check and make sure what's there. NFA forms are there. The NFA form, you do get a certificate for this class. Make sure that you look at that section, you complete that form. Basically, like I've said, all I need is your address across the top. I need you to sign it and either put it in the Dropbox or assignment box. Or you can email it to me. I don't care. Either way, it works for me, and I will keep that on file for you. So that about does it for the introduction. I'm so glad that each of you is here. I want you to know that I'm here because I want you to be successful. I believe that each of you, I don't care what you're doing now, whether you're working in the field, wanting to work in the field, volunteering in the field, or you've been in the field for a very long time. But you are change makers. And it's my job to make sure that you feel equipped to make that change. So congratulations for making that first step to join our program. And let me know if you have any questions or you get stuck somewhere. You'll be hearing from me as the semester goes on. So congratulations and welcome again. I'm glad you're here. Thanks.